A native of Australia, Josh Green is a high-level athlete who has the versatility to play as a shooting guard or as a small forward. He's an open-court slasher who finishes above the rim, and he's worked hard to develop his jump shot. What we might like most about Green is that he's every bit as good defensively as he is on the offensive side. A native of Kansas City, Jeremiah Robinson Earl is arguably the most fundamentally sound big man in the class of 2019. He has great hands, great feet, and can score in a variety of ways. He rebounds at an extremely high rate, doesn't mind playing physical, is sneaky athletic, and over the past 6 months, he's really shown the ability to step out and hit the medium-range jump shot, which makes him a threat in the pick and roll. Pound for pound, there aren't many better athletes or guys you would pick ahead of Precious Achiuwa if you were eyeballing him in a layup line. He's not just all airport, though, and is a beastly and tough foreman that really runs the floor. When his motor is turned all the way up and he's fully engaged in a game, you aren't going to get many rebounds from him, and he has the ability to score from inside and out that makes him dangerous. There's no point in debating whether the Kentucky committed Tyrese Max's position is as a point guard or a shooting guard. All that matters is that his position is on the floor, and he's going to go out and get buckets in every way imaginable. He's physical off of the dribble, can finish over big men in traffic, and just when he's got you on your heels because of his driving, he can start to make it rain from deep. He's the only member of the top 10 who has made his college commitment. Back in the summer of 1996, I ran across a young man named Eldon Brand. While Brand didn't have the ideal height for a power forward or center, he had incredibly long arms, great hands, soft touch, and he was meaner than the day is long. Isaiah Stewart, who like Brand is originally from the state of New York, is the closest player I've seen to Brand since then, and his intensity and skill will allow him to be a productive player the second he steps on a college campus. The class of 2019 is a little bit light on shooters, but Matthew Hurd is one of the truly elite shot makers from deep. Combine that with his near 6'9" size, and you have a combo forward that fits the trend in basketball of moving towards positionless guys who can help stretch the floor while creative athletes get into the open spaces and make plays for them. Jalen McDaniels didn't come out of nowhere, but his rocket-like ascension up the national rankings has been impressive to watch. Yes, McDaniels is skinny and needs to get stronger, but he doesn't lack for toughness. What he has plenty of, though, is skill level, feel for the game, and a non-stop motor, along with a place in modern basketball. Play him as a big three, play him as a floor-spacing four-man, he can do all of that. The scary thing is that he only seems to be scratching at the surface of his ultimate potential. Now 7 feet tall, James Weisman has started to add some needed muscle to his slender frame. Frankly, when he walks into a gym, anybody who pays any attention to basketball would assume he's a big-timer because of the way he looks, moves, and his build. Right now, he's trying to find his way between an interior force on both ends of the floor and a guy who wants to play more of a modern big man who faces the rim. Once he finds that balance and the motor to play each game like it may be his last, anybody ranked ahead of him could be in serious trouble. Try and find a more productive player in high school basketball than Cole Anthony. Odds are you can't. Expectations have been high for the New York point guard since before he began high school, and the children of former NBA players like Cole, whose father Greg Anthony was a longtime point guard, always face equal amounts of skepticism and unfair expectations because of their name. Explosive, tough on both ends of the floor and wired to score, Anthony has had no problems living up to the hype, and there aren't many amateur players who relish the big moment and spotlight as much as he does. Another child of a longtime pro athlete, Vernon Carey Jr. has chosen basketball instead of football like his father played. He's inherited his father's lineman size plus a few inches, and the 6'10" big man can play powerfully, has great hands, and he's a smart basketball player. What allows Carey to retain the top spot is that he's skilled, can shoot with range, and he's accepted the role of being a better rim protector on the defensive end. At times during the spring, he's looked a little bored out there, and that might be the biggest concern as he heads into July with others pushing hard to try and take his spot atop the 2019 rankings.